Welcome aboard, and thank you for tuning in to the Heavy Metal Truckers, where we give our thoughts and perspectives on all things heavy, even if you don't like it. We are your hosts. So in this one, we are giving our review on Trivium's Struck Dead Glorified Demo. I mean EP. Take it away.
It's the same thing. So, it's not an album, it's an EP. It's 3 songs.
Glorified Demo.
It's almost like a single CD album, like where you put out a song and then put like 2 other randos in there.
Demo.
Yeah. But anywho, I know we did one video on, what was it, Bury Me With My Screams, whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah.
Already. So there's really only 2 new ones for us in this. Now, after Trivium, when did I hear, discover them, whatever?
Oh yeah, we did that.
God, I don't remember. Yeah. I don't flipping remember. It's been a long ass time. Honestly, I don't even vaguely remember when I first heard about him, but it's been a while. I've always been a fan of Matt Heafy because I've always liked his vocals, cleans and harshes. That and he's just genuinely a good dude. So going into this EP, yeah, I kind of know what to expect to an extent. Plus, we'd already heard the one song, so. And it pretty much fit what I expected it to be for the most part, and I enjoyed it. Again, he sounded good like he always does. Musically, for the most part, I thought it was pretty solid. Because what was it? Struck Dead.
It was Bury Me With My Screams, Struck Dead,
and was it all 6s or 6 walls? That's right. I knew it was 6 something. I knew there was 6 in there. I enjoyed all 3 of them. I thought they were all solid tracks. I didn't, I didn't dislike any of them. I wouldn't say there was a lot of variety in them, but there were, especially the last one. The last one kind of stood out musically because it had a little bit more of a, not an atmosphere, but that's what I'm looking for. Once again, I can't remember words. What's new?
Welcome aboard to Heavy Metal Truckers, where we can't figure out words, and English is apparently our second language. Bad at the English is our first.
Yeah, exactly.
Figuring technology.
Yeah, I know, right? Had different vibe, I guess. I don't know. So in a way, I almost kind of enjoyed that one the most. But Jesus Christ, thank you. You made me forget my train of thought, child. But no, I enjoyed it. Like overall, I thought it was solid. I thought it sounded good. I enjoyed all 3 songs. None of them bored me or anything like that. I for a little EP, I thought it was solid. I enjoyed it. Like if I was going to give it a score, which I'm going to do both
5.
things. Well, I'm gonna do both, and I'm gonna explain why. So we put up a poll, and I don't know, 2 people voted. Like, yay, thank you for those 2 people. At least last we looked, there was 2, and they both voted to go to a 5 score system. Yeah, you can look it up while we're doing this. But the 2 that were on there both voted for 5. So if I was gonna give this out of 5, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. And if I was still doing 10s, it'd probably be 7.5 out of 10. Now, the reason why I'm giving both is so that way when I fully switch over to giving 5s, you kind of have an idea what that would compare to my old 10 scale. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So But yeah, out of 5, I'd probably say a 4 out of 5. I thought it was solid. I enjoyed it.
All right.
I discovered Trivium on this chat. Just kidding.
I was about to fucking
Almost
say.
everything I just no. Almost everything on this channel I discover on this channel. I discovered them. It was 10, 15, 20, I don't know. Long ass time. I don't remember if I was in high school, in middle school. It might have been around that time too. Shit, I don't fucking know. It was quite a long time ago. I don't remember what what I listened to from them when I discovered them.
Oh god, I can get a track out of my head now.
You're welcome. It is also your own fault. But yeah, I know that I didn't like really listen to them all that much after discovering them. It wasn't necessarily something I listened to back at that time. And I mean, as the years progressed onward, I didn't really like have a thought to go back to them until this channel, when we listened to that single at one point that I was a part of. Then it wasn't necessarily intentional. Yeah.
Yeah.
First one.
But I don't fully remember that song either. So they really haven't like changed anything in my perspective of what they haven't changed my perspective on listening to them, if that makes any sense.
Words are hard.
Words are extremely hard, especially when your mind thinks them and your mouth has to voice them.
Skip a week and this is what happens.
Yep.
I'm still turkey high. Get off my tip. So yeah, no. That too. So anyway, got to this glorified these songs, and
Thought you were about to say threesome.
Yes, a threesome.
maybe we had a little too much to Thanksgiving. Who knows? Anyway, I listened to these songs, and it still didn't change my want or thoughts on like listening to Trivium. They weren't terrible. It's just kind of not my cup of tea. Really barely remember the singles as it is. One, I listened to it a long time, like 3 weeks ago or something. So then two, even going back and listening to it here recently, it didn't set in my mind to the point of, oh, okay, I got this, and I can really go into detail. With that being stated, as per the new system of rating, I'd probably just give this about a 2.5. It just did not strike a chord in my mouth. For me personally. And I will gladly accept all hate mail.
You suck.
And then all hate mail across the
Perfect timing. Love that.
So, I discovered Trivium. I discovered Trivium quite
too much
years ago. And like I had heard the name. This is probably roughly like 2010, 2011, whatever the case is. And like heard the name, didn't think much of it, didn't really listen to him, so I was listening to other stuff at that point. And then I was kind of taken to a show against my will, even though I'm like, it was technically a free show for me, but the headliner was AA, and anyone in the metal or crowd knows that acronym. Yeah.
Hammer Flick.
Oh, I guess
No.
too. They were
that too.
out of England.
Huh?
They're out of England, and I'll just leave it.
Yeah.
So Trivium was one of the openers for them, and so Trivium got up there, and out of the other groups of players, and then Trivium got up there and they didn't listen, and then they're in support of their Waves album, and I heard them play live, Watch the World Burn, and it was amazing because Matt just had this very stout vocal, just very aggressive, just powerful vocals that none of the rest of the artists had, and really kind of blew me away. And they had just this amazing build up, and the rhythm, they just had the rhythm that the other guys didn't, and actually had they knew how to write material. And so I was hugely captivated by it. And another person that was there said, yeah, out of all the groups who played, they were my favorite. So, long story
Come on, you'd love to. Just kidding.
So, like I had heard some other material from Trivium, and the later material, it didn't exactly, for me, sort of blend into like what it was. It was still the best material that I had heard at that time. And then new singles had come out, so we heard Dream with My Screams. It wasn't bad by any means, just it followed the suit that most modern metalcore is doing, and so I'm like, oh, bad, but not astounding. And so they put out another single, we were going to get around to it, and then all of a sudden they released an EP with 3 tracks. And part of the reason I think that it was only 3 tracks is because Trivium parted ways with their drummer, I believe it was. And this was mid-tour too, or in the middle of the tour, I can't remember. But yeah, Trivium parted with, I believe, was the drummer, and almost certain, I don't know for certain, but I'm almost certain from my perspective that this is part of the reason why there's only 3 tracks. I don't know any news of the other replacement, what their future plans are. I have nothing to go on. I haven't really looked much into it, but I believe that's why there's just 3 tracks. So, that being said, listen to the whole thing, and I thought, wow. I'm underwhelming. Granted, it wasn't bad, it was Trivium. It sounded like it was Trivium fitting into 2025. Basically what it was for me. The second track was not too shabby. It was pretty sweet, but it had an added melody in it, like a lead part that I just didn't care for because I thought it was unnecessary. Like it had a solid rhythm, solid groove, and they just added a lead part to be melodic metalcore, or that had that still had that shtick on them, and I didn't like it at all. The beginning to 6 Walls was amazing, and even then, throughout it was good, but they continued to add that melodic aspect to it, and it completely threw it off on me. Like it wasn't even needed. They just threw it in there to have it in there. But aside from that, it was still very well constructed for what it was. And that was alright.
Yeah, I like the melodic parts, but I'm a melodic guy. So.
Yeah, Matt's vocals were solid. All the instrumentals did what they needed to, but overall, I would honestly have to go and give this more like a 3 out of 5, simply because what was good in this was good, but it wasn't astounding, so I'll leave that at that. But thank you guys for watching this EP review. If you have any opposition, please find us in the comments and send it all to Frosty or another trucker. Anyways, whether musically, lyrically, or literally, keep going with the